Hey guys, welcome back to the Humble Homestead. I'm Stacy. I'm in the garden on December 16th. It's like 45 degrees out, I think. I'd have to check. It's supposed to get that high. It's still kind of early. But I thought maybe it would be a good day to get these carrots out. I'm gonna get these pulled up. I'm bringing this out with me just in case, because they're so embedded. I might just loosen the soil around them a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna get these carrots harvested in December. So here is one row. It's crazy to me. I did probably, because I left them out so long. Look at this one. It's as big as my hand. Couple things. Because I left them out so long, like you'll notice, well, that one's like a morph, but the tops are damaged, but I can cut those off when I wash them off and preserve them. Some of them, this is also the result of not thinning out your carrots. I did not thin them. I had a lot of like anxiety because I planted them from seed, obviously. I was afraid to like thin them when they were coming up because it's very hard in the beginning. Like I didn't want to pull them all. And then, hi honey. I wanted to show you some of them even like were kind of nibbled from the bottoms, but still lots. And this is just one row. Look at this cat up in the tree. There. I did find that first section, if I lifted the soil just on the outside of the row, it kind of helped. And if I slowed down, the more I tried to just yank, the more I broke them. So slow and steady wins the race. Probably more than a lesson in carrots with that phrase, right? Wanted to show you like how a lot of them are sticking up, so that's where I tended to lose some of the tops, because we have obviously had some some frost, some freezing. It is December. It's been a very mild season so far, but we have had some freezing. So but if you just take your time and pull, they come right out. See how some of them are just cut off at the bottom? They're not, I didn't feel it break, so I'm assuming something is under there eating them. So I'm glad I could help nature be fed for a little while. But now it's time to harvest so that we can feed our family, right? Isn't that why we do this? I thought I would just chat for a minute on what I've learned this season, because I again allowed the garden to get out of hand. Rachel came and helped me in the spring, and I started off strong. I tried real hard. It's a big one. But what happens is I am a photographer, and right about when the season starts to get busy in the garden, like things are starting to get be ready for harvest, and well, that's also when I get busy as a photographer. We call the fall months, like usually the beginning of September through like the end of November or even early December, we call that like tax season for accountants, because we just get busy. Everybody wants fall photos, the foliage, they want their Christmas card photos, that kind of stuff. And sadly, things just go to the wayside, like my garden. You guys are really crooked. I'm so sorry. Let's fix you. Is that better? Maybe? Let's see if I can tilt you up a little bit. So, you know, I guess I'm gonna sit and get dirty. It's fine. Anyways, that just causes for a lot of neglect out here in the garden. So I really want to do better next year. I want to, you know, if next year even produces the kind of photography business that I've had. I've never been like a super busy photographer. Feel like I've gotten what I've put in for sure. And I've really been prayerfully seeking if that's the plan for my life moving forward, to do full-time photography, or what I would consider full-time. You know, my desire is obviously, I love to take photos, but my true desire, my husband's true desire, is for me to be home and be a homemaker. That's why I stepped out of nursing years ago. And so if we can't find a way for me to balance that and, you know, be home to create content, to create this content, some other homemaking content, homeschooling, you know, I don't know if that will evolve on this channel, if that's something that my current audience wants. I mean, or if I need to start over somewhere. But part of me is just, I've been doing this even subpar. I just have so much that I'm trying to do that I can't do any one thing well. And I've definitely learned that this year. Holy moly, look at that one. So if, you know, I'm just gonna be praying about that as I go into the new year, what God's direction is as we move forward, and do better at building a self-sustainable system out here on our 3/4 of an acre. You don't have to have 28 acres. I have and still dream of a 10-acre farm. I don't know why 10 has always been in my mind. I'm very much content here. Just like Jessica Sowers says, is turn your waiting room into your classroom, and you know, that's kind of what I'm doing. But I can't keep learning only from the mistakes I make. Like, I have to have some successes, right? I suppose this pile doesn't look as wild. This row wasn't quite as long, and I laid them a little more directionally, so not bad. Let's get them all put in the cart and see what we got. And there you have it. They're all done. There's lots of hay and grass, so I'll probably just leave that. I know the garden is very much about food and growing your own groceries, and I very much want to do that. But I also very much want to create a beautiful space where I can come out and find peace and hope. And I know it won't happen overnight. That's okay. But I really hope to do better next year. Really am going to try. Now let's go see what we have for carrots in December. So 1 wagon full of carrots. Probably got some people laughing, but I was afraid if I took the stems off before washing them, they would just roll off the pavement here. So I'm just kind of opening them up. I'm gonna spray them off and then take them off the greens. And I found this bin. Just gonna stick them in there. Okay, I changed my mind. Felt like the bin was too big and too unnecessary. So I went and found my bucket, and like, they're not perfect, but I just got the bulk of the mud off so that when I wash them and scrub them in the sink, I'm not putting all that mud down the sink. And I'm just gonna put the greens in the bin. On to the last few. My hands, these gloves are soaked. My hands are freezing. Even 50 degrees in December. It's like, gets cold after you're out here in the wet for a while. I thought I'd finish these up. So I meant to say earlier too that according to like what people say, I don't know, because this is the first time I've ever done carrots, the longer you leave them in the ground, the sweeter they are. So hopefully that's the case, because they were definitely in there a long time. So let's take a look at what we got. Not bad, eh? Oh. My gloves are wet, but I thought even if they were wet, it was probably still better. And then I have a bin full of mud and greens and some carrots that just didn't make the cut. So I'm gonna store these probably just in the breezeway for a few days. It gets cold in there, but not, you know, so like refrigerator temp. I don't have a refrigerator to fit those in. But I also don't want to leave them outside because I don't want them to get frozen. So I think we did pretty good. Somebody should tell my husband to put his bike away. It's winter time. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me and growing with me. And maybe next week we'll do a video on canning them, huh?